Listen, these texts that Shannon Sharpe released, I don't know what he thought we was gonna think. What did he think that we was gonna think? Okay, y'all, so this is coming from ESPN. The links to everything that I'll be talking about will be in my description as usual. A Nevada woman sued Football Hall of Famer and ESPN host Shannon Sharpe for sexual assault and battery in Nevada civil court. The woman, who says she met Sharpe at an LA area health club in 2023, filed the lawsuit on Sunday. It is filed under Jane Doe. It says that the woman and Sharpe had a rocky consensual relationship lasting nearly 2 years, but that it turned controlling and abusive. The lawsuit described in detail a number of increasingly aggressive encounters involving the two, and says the relationship became fearful and non-consensual in the summer of 2024. It says the two last met January 2nd. Now, this part is the part that's like so wild to me, right? Because Shannon Sharpe's attorney, Lanny J. Davis, released this like press release statement, whatever, to the media, released a series of suggestive is really pulling the punch in that adjective. Like graphic is more like it, but suggestive text messages, he said, are from the woman, and call the lawsuit a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and it will not succeed. He said Sharpe is prepared to fight these false claims vigorously in court. He looks forward to vindication through due process and a judgment based on the facts and the law. And according to the complaint, Sharpe is accused of becoming increasingly verbally abusive, controlling, and violent over time, recording their sexual encounters without consent. An important piece here is that the lawsuit was filed by the law firm headed by Tony Busby. The lawsuit is asking for more than $50 million in damages. So it's just a lot going on already. Tony Busby's here. We already saw all that go down with Jay-Z. And so by releasing this statement, the lawyer, with all the text messages in there, the lawyer was saying, hey, this woman has been communicating consensually and doing stuff consensually with Shannon. What did it say here? Contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuit, consensual sex continued until January 2nd, the day after she asked for $25,000 per cheek, as quoted above from her text message to Mr. Sharpe. And so, like, they just let's get into this statement from this lawyer. I'm gonna skip the first text message that they you just read. You could go read the full message. I have it in my in my description. You can read the whole thing, but I'm gonna skip the first one because I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, she talking about dog collars and stuff. So the second one was, I know you missed this big juicy A for, what did she say? How much? $25,000 for each cheek. And just keep in mind that, like, you know, obviously Shannon Sharpe is trying to defend himself against this, but I just think it's insane that we're seeing, like, I just think it's interesting that we're seeing Gabrielle's text and not like what he says back. Because I know what he says back must have been like, well, yeah, $25,000 for each cheek. Why not? The lawsuit filed by Gabriella and orchestrate. This is what Shannon's lawyer is saying in a statement. The lawsuit filed by Gabriella and orchestrated by her attorney, Tony Busby, is a blatant and cynical attempt to shake down Mr. Sharpe for millions of dollars. It is filled with lies, distortions, and misrepresentations, and it will not succeed. In her effort to extract a large financial settlement, Gabriella presented Mr. Sharpe with a secretly recorded video of a consensual sexual encounter. We believe the video has been heavily edited and taken entirely out of context, crafted to falsely portray a consensual act as non-consensual. She has refused to provide a copy of the full unedited version of the recording to Mr. Sharpe's legal team. to set the record straight, we are releasing several of Gabriella's own explicit text messages to Mr. Sharpe that clearly indicate the nature of their relationship was consensual and sexual in nature, and in many cases initiated by her with specific and graphic requests. Contrary to the allegations she makes in her lawsuit, consensual sex continued until January 2nd, the day after she asked for $25,000 per cheek, as quoted above from her text message to Mr. Sharpe. There are other examples of texts from Gabriella. For example, girl, listen to these text messages. Bruh. Sis said, "Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want." Well, I guess she meant you can do whatever you want to me. Then another text message in 2023. "I want to put my tongue in your, well, you can guess, and then marry you." Okay, and then another text saying, "That's my daddy. F, I want you to put a big black baby in me." All right, the other one also says, "You better crave it, because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me." So, of course, the rest of the... What? There's another one? Please don't tell me there's another one. No, there's not. Okay. So clearly the lawyer chose, like, messages that were going to get headlines, that were going to, shake the narrative up, of course. And, I'll just say, because we're talking about as far back as 2023, it's just, I would love to see, at this point, I'd love to see Shannon's responses. I would love, because ain't nobody getting this, after a year talking about putting a big black baby. What? I want to see what he said to that. What could he possibly have said to that? Oh, that's probably what he said. That's probably what he said. Oh yeah. That's probably what he said. Bro, so, this entire thing is basically, someone coming and saying, "Hey, this guy assaulted me. This guy, he harmed me." And Shannon is coming back with his lawyers and saying, "Hey, no, look at the text messages. Everything is consensual. And just because she wanted to eat my cake, and she said she wanted me to place a gigantic black child in her, that nothing she says could be true." And so, Tony Busby's here, and like I said, we know what happened with Jay-Z and all that crazy stuff, so it's like, we just gonna have to see how this plays out. But I just thought it was wild that in order to try and... They definitely knew what they were doing in order to get the headlines that they wanted, I would say, like Shannon's lawyers, I would say. So it's like, definitely knew what they were doing in that case, because y'all chose some stuff. But then I'm like, girl, what did Shannon say in response? We need to see that. Him being into, like, this plantation play, that's what we need to start calling it, bro. We need to, because him being into cotton picking play, him being into plantation play, it's not surprising to me at all. What's surprising to me is that, like, y'all, I don't know, what did you think we were going to think? I guess that's my thing. Like, what did you think we were going to think? Why these text messages to prove that y'all had a consensual relationship or whatever? And then, even if y'all did or whatever, doesn't necessarily mean that everything that this woman is saying is, like, null and void. You see what I'm saying? So that we just gonna have to see how this plays out, because that's all we can say about it at this point. Like, what else can you, except that Shannon is really into plantation play? Get it out of my face. What? Big black baby is really, like, is the baby automatically big because it's black? You know what? Let me not even try and place any kind of, like, logic when it, like, into plantation play. I'm gonna just let y'all have it. But that's what's going on. We gonna see what happened. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you have a good evening.
This ain't the only, I ain't the only pussy holy, worship me, yeah, you could blow me. I ain't the only, you so lonely, insecure, dick don't control me. I ain't the only